the Field Officer, NGGW, the Honorable Commissioner, Minister for Agriculture, represented by Director Malam Mansur Shinkafi, all invited guests, our partners of progress, that is the press, the SPC, that is Program Coordinator Agrisal and his team, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. This year, World Environmental Day era marked the United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, with the theme, Our Land, Our Future. Land restoration, disapplication, drop and resilience come to the right time. Every year, the date of every year, that is 5th of June, is the World Environment Day, an international moment to celebrate the change makers to protect our planet and also inhabitants of their works, spans and advocacy. Education and academic studies to conservation of effort and sustainable business practices. The key challenges of our present environment, among others, but not limited to air pollution, overpopulation, land degradation, deforestation, waste management, flood and control erosion, greenhouse effects, global warming, climate change. Although those challenges are multi-sectoral in nature, that comprises of environment, agriculture, and water resources, respectively. Mostly man-made, which cannot be controlled to an extent. The state government has taken adequate measures to control or reduce it through the following ways. One, that is the establishment of forest management agency for afforestation and also reforestation activities. The second one is establishment of soil minerals development agency, that is to reduce land degradation and provide solutions to land reclamation and restoration with abandoned mining sites. The third one, that is participation of agro-silence in semi-arid landscape, that is Agrisal project, which is a project for 6 years, World Bank Assistance Program, and I believe so far we spent about 2.5 years. Environment, which include environment, agriculture, and water resources. Continue and timely advanced advocacies, that is sensitization and mobilization of traditional rulers, religious leaders, general public on environmentally friendly program. Provision of social and livelihood intervention program to cushion the effect of climate change, which we're all aware the effect of climate change is all over the world. Provision of climate smart agricultural practices such as improved seeds, solar farm irrigation machines, power tiller machine, pesticides, and the chemical, among others. Then number 7, that is the provision of waste management facilities to control the issue of flash floods in our major cities and towns. Even last week, we were able to receive a name of official, which they came here and informed regard to the flood alignment across the 14 local government area in the state. Collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Environment, Agriculture and Water Resources in addressing impact climate change. Establishment of policies on environment, environmental sanitation, forestry and climate change is also ongoing. Having said that, the role of NGO and civil society also cannot be overemphasized. Environment governance cannot be left out, the most especially in the following areas: collecting and dismantling of analyzing.
Land restoration, desertification and drought resilience. That is our land, our future. Land restoration is the process of restoring land to a different or previous state with intended purpose. Example for human utilization, e.g. urbanization, that is for building houses and other human needs. Then we also use it for wildlife activities, example, game reserves, and more so, plant communities are also there in the intended purpose of the using land. Example, botanical garden and the rest. But before we continue, we want to know the type of land that requires restoration. Not all land that requires restoration. The degraded land is the one that requires restoration. Example, the land eroded by desertification, that is as a result of encroachment of desert. Then we also have land eroded by erosion, either wind or water. We also have land flooded by water, washed away, and land vandalized by mining activities. And the last but not the least, wasted land as a result of pollution. The major causes of land degradation are human activities. About 85 are human activities, and others are natural disasters, such as wind and water. Deforestation is man-made, mining is man-made, drought is natural, soil pollution is man-made, and overgrazing, which is also man-made, among others. Then we have restoration techniques. There are many, but the major ones are the use of dry land management. That is by construction and rehabilitations of dams and arch dams. That is one. 2, construction and rehabilitation of drainages on waterfront areas. 3, timely afforestation and reforestation programs. That is replantation. Example, shelter belt, woodlot, economic orchard, landscape restoration in the cities and towns, and fodder grasses for livestock. 4, cessation of illegal mining activities can restore land if the mining activities, illegal mining activities, has been stopped. 5, removing toxic materials from soil. That is the process known as remediation. Those our colleagues in the waste management knows that. Example, cyanide and mercury are very toxic to the soil. The cyanide can burn the grasses, and even the livestock that eat that grass will die. Then 7, eradicating invasive exotic species. There are species, plant species that are not good for the soil, so they need to be removed. Then 8, timely advocacy, sensitization and mobilization of general public on deforestation activities. Deforestation, what it means here is the indiscriminate cutting of trees. We cannot stop cutting of trees as a source of firewood, but there is a way we do it. Maybe we cut the branches, or we look for the older trees, we cut it. Then 10, planting indigenous species. Most of our indigenous species plants are in extinct. They are the ones can withstand the drought and other weather conditions. 11, encouraging the social fencing after tree plantation. What we mean by social fencing here is that if we plant a tree, you say you must fence it with barbed wire or cow link or what you call it. It will become more expensive. But if we change our mindset that the trees that are planted within the community are the responsibility of those communities to protect it. That is what we call social fencing. Move. Look at the pictures of some of the degraded lands there. Look at how they become devastated. Different types of degraded lands. If you look at it, you see it there. Move. Then, how to restore the degraded land using land clearing and tilling.
Yes, my humble guests, I welcome you all. My name is Amina PM Audu, and I'm going to make my presentation on tree planting. So, tree planting is the process of transplanting tree seedlings, as you have seen in this picture and also in the previous presenter by Malan Nasir, where he showed women growing trees for them to become seedlings. in order to be transplanted. So the process of having to plant trees is using these seedlings in order so that which are sown in specific location with an aim of growing them into matured trees. This can be done for a variety of reasons, including environmental, restoration, increasing green cover, providing timber or non-timber forest products, and enhancing aesthetic value for an area. Tree planting is a crucial activity with multifaceted benefits for the environment, economy, and society. It plays a significant role in combating climate change, preserving biodiversity, and enhancing human well-being. Those concerted efforts in tree planting and sustainable forest management, we can create healthier and more resilient planet for future generations. Why must we cultivate the habit of planting trees? There are so many benefits, and I'm happy that maybe by the end of today, a lot of us here will go back home with the zeal of planting not just one tree, but several, and also carrying the message along. Number one reason, or maybe one of the benefits of environmental benefits of planting trees consists of carbon disconnection. As it has been mentioned, trees emit oxygen, and by taking away carbon dioxide, so it improves our air quality, because there's so much pollution all over now, either dust or maybe smoke from companies, or even due to the use of firewood. We also have soil conservation. Tree roots help stabilize soil, preventing erosion and loss of fertile land. Trees improve soil health by adding organic matter through leaf litter. All those leaves that you see them falling from trees, they aim to cover the soil, and which helps in restoration as well. Water cycle regulation, and also biodiversity enhancement. They can provide habitats for various species of flora and fauna. Providing tree diversity supports ecosystem resilience and biodiversity. As you have seen in the picture, there was once we did a campaign of planting of trees. Planting of trees is not just for professionals, but it's supposed to be the sole responsibility of every person in the society, regardless of whether the person has disability or not disabled. It's a responsibility, because climate change affects everybody, especially women, persons with disabilities, and young children, and older people as well, because they are most vulnerable. So we have to have that culture of planting trees. This is just a repetition of what Madam Nasru has said earlier about, having medicine through plants, and also this is another point here, job creation, because you have found that in most cities you find people selling flowers or trees. This can serve as a job creation. They can earn money as well, and also it saves energy. One of the things I look forward to when I come to Gusau, I know it's a milder
after I came here, that I need some. So I will make my presentation and then prepare the slides later and share with the director, inshallah. The past two speakers have taken us around the concepts of environmental science for us academics. But I will begin with a brief history. About 14 billion years ago, when the Big Bang occurred,
and in that a lot of things has been changing. At this point, I think the floor is open for anybody that want to make comment, questions based on the presentations, and maybe if there is anything you want to contribute, because we are all here to understand what we are expected to do in order to protect our environment. Is there anybody? Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. I stand before the existing protocol. Ibrahim Abubakar Gusau, Director Forest.
In our drainages, putting dumps, refugees in our drainages are not helping matters. You are polluting the environment by doing so, because you are encouraging pollute in that environment. That is one aspect of it. So let me come on all assembly to put all hands on deck to protect our environment. There are many ways you can do to.
Secretariat, I was in Maradun. By 7 o'clock, I left Maradun. So I directly went to JD Secretariat, and unfortunately, I couldn't find anybody there. I therefore has to rush to the office of the ministry there. It was letter to the director and soil control, erosion control, and the complex that I realized the menu.
Improving sustainable land management practices in Zamfara State. Through our initiatives, such as the establishment of shelter beds, woodlots, orchards, and the rest of them, we have not only revitalized the ecosystem, but provided vital resources and livelihood